This is day 17. Consistency is what builds. Brilliance dazzles for a moment. It steals the attention of a room, earns applause, and creates the sense that someone has found a secret door. Then it fades. It is a spark, bright and hot, that burns out as quickly as it began. Consistency is not as loud. It is steady, patient, and almost invisible. It lays the next brick and then the next, and it keeps going. In time, that quiet work becomes a wall that does not move. I learned this the long way in the startup world. At the beginning, I kept hunting for the breakthrough. I wanted the single idea that would clear the field and carry us to the finish line. I would stare at a whiteboard as if some flash would arrive and solve everything. It never did. Progress did not come from one leap. It came in inches. What built value was simple. Show up, improve something small, talk to one customer who had a specific frustration, build one feature that made a small task easier, tune a setting, tighten a sentence. None of these felt like a triumph at the time. Yet they stacked together. They formed a pattern. The product grew, not because we found a hidden lever, but because we kept lifting the obvious ones that we had ignored. At first, I understood this through running. I had a lifetime of starts and stops. Each time I started again, I did so with a shot of inspiration. I would buy fresh gear, plan an ambitious program, and burst out the door with more energy than sense. After a week, I would be tired. After 2, I would be done. Then I discovered a different mindset. I would not chase a perfect pace or a polished form. I would just show up. Every single day, I would do something. Some days it was a long run. Some days it was a slow jog around the block. Some days it was a walk when I felt sore. I kept the rhythm. My form found me over time. My endurance crept upward. My pace settled into a quiet confidence. I never became perfect all at once. I became reliable, and that changed everything for me. That same lesson reshaped how I try to lead. Early on, I introduced a process for our development team. Regular checkpoints, clear accountability, defined cycles. No one cheered, of course. People resist structure. Deadlines feel like pressure, and scrutiny can feel personal. At first, it seemed like we were slowing down. The meetings were rough, sometimes ugly. The metrics were messy. Yet, we keep the cadence. A week became a month, a few cycles passed, something shifted. Weekly reviews turned confusion into clarity. Fewer surprises, more alignment. Our check-ins became a rhythm that people could trust, not because the system was perfect, but because it was predictable. We stopped tripping over the same problems. We carried lessons forward. The work, in essence, began to compound. That is what consistency does. It compounds quietly. Each cycle adds a thin layer that you barely notice until it is there in force. The product feels tighter. The team grows more capable. The market begins to sense reliability. Trust does not materialize from a single brilliant move. It grows from the steady drumbeat of progress. When people see that, they start to believe. They believe you will deliver this week because you delivered last week, and then you delivered the week before. There is an irony to this. From the outside, consistency looks like brilliance once it has enough time to accumulate. People see momentum and assume there is magic at play. They do not see the thousands of ordinary actions. They do not see the mornings you shut up when you felt off. They do not see the small fixes that brought back a few seconds for the user. They do not see the daily notes from a team member who asked a simple question that saved a week of rework. They see the result and call it genius. You see a stack of faithful days strung together. If you want to build something that lasts, choose consistency. Choose a schedule you can keep. Choose a scope you will not abandon. Choose a practice that you will protect from noise and moods. Then move the work forward by a small amount. Stack those gains, review them, adjust, and repeat. There is no finish line to chase. There is only the next honest step. You might still enjoy moments of brilliance. They are fun. They keep the mind alive. But brilliance without rhythm is a firework. Beautiful and then gone. Brilliance inside a consistent practice is a lighthouse. It shines, it rotates, and the beam returns again and again and again. People can set a course by that. I still feel the pull of the shortcut. I still want the single insight that fixes everything. When I feel that itch, I go back to the basics. What can I do today that my future self will be grateful I did? What is the next brick? What is the next honest mile? I do not need to sprint. I need to begin. I need to keep going. In the end, brilliance is exciting, but consistency is transformational. Brilliance may start the story, consistency finishes it. The distance between a spark and a fire is not luck. It is the discipline to return to the work one day at a time until the heat sustains itself and starts to spread.